Right now, there's over $20 billion of lost super in Australia. So in this video, we're going to tell you how you might have lost your super, where you can find it, and how to consolidate it. Coming up. Okay, so before I begin, I will say that this video is one in our superannuation series. We're doing a bunch of different ones all around superannuation. So if you're interested, check out the links below or the playlist on our YouTube channel for all things superannuation. Okay, so lost superannuation. How did you lose it? The most common way is if you have switched employers and your old one gets forgotten about and you just carry on with your life. However, there's also human error, whether maybe you've requested your money to be moved across and it never did. You told your employer to put it somewhere and they put it somewhere else. The one thing that I will say is it is very, very common for us to speak to clients and they say, no, I've only got one superannuation account. And when we do a lost super fund search, we find a bunch more. So even if you think you've only got one, it doesn't hurt to just check every few years just to make sure you don't have any money just lurking around there. Because if some of your money makes up that 20 billion, I think it should be in your correct super fund. So there are three different ways in which you can find your lost superannuation. The first one is calling the Australian Taxation Office or the ATO. It's pretty quick and easy. Just pick up the phone, give them a call. You'll just need your details and your tax file number, and they will tell you all of your superannuation accounts, what's active, what's not active. You can ask them any questions. Method number 2 is set up a MyGov account. You might already have one. You just need to go in and link your account to the ATO. Then when you go into this account, you can see all of your different superannuation accounts, what's active, what's inactive. It'll show you if you have insurance in those accounts. Be aware if you've only recently opened a new super account, it can take a couple of months to appear here. We have had a few clients have issues with the MyGov account. So method number 3 for finding a lost super is we can do it for you. So if you jump on our website, and I'll chuck a link below, we have a free service where we can do the search for you. Just pop in your details here and we'll email you what we get back from the ATO. Okay, so you found your superannuation. Now, should you consolidate into one fund? We always hear that having one fund's better, it's cheaper on fees or whatever. The most common thing I find is what people do is you'll get a list of your super funds and you'll transfer all of your money into the fund that has the highest balance. But just a word of warning, that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best fund. Also, when you move money from a super account into another, you close the fund that you're moving it out of. And when you close it, you could be losing things you can't get back. Maybe you have got really good insurances in that account. Maybe your employer has set up something great where it's got really low fees. Maybe there are Centrelink, depending on where you are in your stage of life, there could be a Centrelink implication. So be very careful. Don't just rush and do your consolidation. You really should do some research. If you're unsure, if you don't have time, if it's all too much information, it is a good idea to either talk to a financial advisor, talk to us, or just do your own research. Okay, so research aside, or whatever it is, you've made your decision that you know which fund you want your money into. How do you do it? So again, there's a couple of methods. The first one is you can go back to the MyGov account, and there's actually buttons where you can say, consolidate my money, bring it from fund A to fund B. That being said, I found, 50% of the time, it doesn't actually work. So give it a go, but I don't recommend that method. Number 2 is get online access for the fund you want money to roll into. So say you're looking to go from fund A to fund B, get online access for fund B, go in there and they will probably have a consolidate your super into our fund through their options. That way is usually pretty effective. If that doesn't work or that's not available, you need to fill out a manual rollover form. So a rollover is another word of saying transfer. You're transferring your super from one to another. You need to fill out these funds. Some of these answers are a little bit tricky to find, like ABNs and USI numbers and that kind of stuff. Just give it a go. Do be aware that you need to send your ID along with this form. And number 4, if this still isn't working and you're still not having much fun, which isn't surprising because super funds can be a little tricky to deal with, you are able to outsource this process. So to a financial advisor, to us, if you are looking for help, just reach out and somebody else can do it for you. And that's it for locating, finding and consolidating your lost super. Click one of these videos in our superannuation series. And of course, please subscribe, check out our website, Instagram, Facebook, all of the social medias. Until next time.